If I told you that there was a magic pill that could help you instantly reach your potential, would you believe me? No? Well, good, because there's not. But there is one thing that can help you get a competitive advantage over your peers, help you make progress consistently, literally improve every area of your life, and help you reach your potential. On this channel, we've talked a lot about not doing short-term dopamine-inducing activities, but we haven't talked about what to do instead. So this video is going to cover the why you should think long-term, and then at the very end, how to actually think long-term and how to reap the benefits of that practice. Jim Collins put in a daily practice of studying and really analyzing the best CEOs and the most successful people on the planet. And what he found was that the greatest CEOs that we ever studied managed for the quarter century. Most people go through life not planning at all. Some people go through life planning the next day, planning the next week, planning the next month, or planning the next year. But the greatest CEOs, the most successful people on this planet, have studied for the quarter century. And we're not talking about this concept lightly. If you truly understand why this is a powerful concept and you go about the practice of implementing it, it has truly life-changing consequences in pretty much every single area of your life. Warren Buffett makes it a practice to make sure that he only invests in companies that he's confident are going to grow for the rest of his life. Not just for the year, not just a quick return on investment after a couple months, but for the rest of his life, thinking as long-term as his life permits. Ray Dalio, in his incredible book Principles, literally talks about repetitively the ability to delay short-term gratification activities and to think long-term. And Jeff Bezos believed in this concept so much that he spent $42 million building a massive clock that's called the 10,000 year clock, which reframes the way we think of time. So instead of the clock ticking every second or every minute, the clock ticks once every year. And he's using that as an example, as a metaphor to symbolize how long term that he wants to be thinking on a day-to-day basis. And for the majority of my life, I didn't have this concept nailed. Whether that was thinking short term by wasting time on gaming or even accepting sponsors on this very YouTube channel that I wouldn't accept now. For example, Skillshare. Both I wouldn't recommend them now because I don't actively use it, so I wouldn't recommend it to you. Even though it's kind of in the personal development niche, I don't personally use it, so I'm not going to recommend it. That's the long-term thinking. But even when I was negotiating with them about the price for the sponsored video, I was just thinking, right, I'm going to push this as high as possible, and I ended up getting a pretty sweet deal. But boy, oh boy, are they never going to reach out to me again because I didn't deliver what I received in return. I didn't give what I got back. If instead I had just reduced my prices to a fair price, then I could have had a sponsored video repetitively, multiple videos in a row, and it would have been better for me long term instead of just trying to grab all the cash that I could in the moment. That's short term thinking. There are 3 core, incredible reasons why thinking long term is an incredible strategy for you. Let's outline those. Reason number 1. The benefits of delayed gratification become so outstandingly obvious when you think long term. In the video in the corner at the moment, I explain why on average, short-term instant gratification activities are bad, whereas delayed gratification activities are good. And if you're able to think long-term, it's so obvious that delayed gratification are the things that you want to be filling your time with. Because although they're difficult, although they're boring, although they're hard in the moment, they're going to reap you rewards that are so much more incredible, so much more beautiful than you could ever get if you're constantly pursuing instant gratification activities. Thinking long-term is just the nail in the coffin for delayed gratification and that concept. For example, if we think about your health, an instant gratification activity is eating things that are unhealthy. And if you're not thinking long-term, that might be a good way to go because generally that food tastes pretty good. Whereas if you're thinking long-term, you don't want to do those instant gratification activities by eating unhealthy foods because you recognize that the long run's more important and you want to eat things that are healthy now to benefit you later on. Another perfect example is climate change. If we think short term, we don't care about the environment. We can just constantly pump out fossil fuels and do everything negative. That's the short run. Whereas if we think in the long run, even past our life, even onto future generations, we recognize the true importance of climate change, and by thinking long term, it changes the way we act on a day-to-day basis. Reason number 2 is there's fewer competition. Whether you're in business and you're competing against other businesses, or you're just in life, you're trying to, get a job, or you're trying to just push yourself to the limit. If you're able to think long term, you're able to fly past competition. because most people maybe think a day or a month or a year in the future. But if you think long term, you're able to make bets that most other people aren't willing to take, because most people want to see results immediately. If you're able to forgo that practice and play the long run, you're able to make sacrifices in the short run that are going to far outpace all of your competition in the long run. For example, in business, most people are trying to think for quick fixes. They're trying to think about quick hacks that are able to push them forwards ahead of the competition. But actually, you want to be doing things that are difficult. You don't want to be taking the easy route. You want to be doing difficult things, because then other people aren't willing to do the difficult things. Because if you find something easy, chances are everybody else is going to be doing that easy thing instead. Reason number 3 is you're going to be able to make better decisions. If you think in the long run, you recognize the importance of finding something meaningful to you, not just doing things because it seems cool, or you're going to show off to your friends, or it's going to be exciting in the moment. If you think long term, you're going to find things that bring you fulfillment, not just for an hour, but for years and years and years and years. For example, if you have savings, if you decide to spend that on a car, then great, it's going to be fun in the moment. Whereas if you invest that, or you invested in yourself on personal development, then that's going to reap you benefits again and again and again, because it's going to upgrade who you are. So the difference in the time that you're thinking will immediately change the decisions you make on a long-term basis, and it's going to allow you to make decisions that will make you more successful and make you more happy. Thinking long-term can genuinely impact all areas of your life, and it's absolutely incredible practice for you to instill into your brain. If you can think long-term, you can do far more incredible things than if you think short-term. But how do you actually do it? Well, first of all, you can't think long-term until you've got your short-term covered. If you're constantly worried about affording the bills, it's going to be impossible to think long-term, and that's just a pipe dream. How can you think 10 years into the future if you can't even maintain the day-to-day life? You can't think about building incredible things if you're just trying to survive. And also, long-term thinking's like a muscle. You're not just going to watch this video and instantly change your mindset to start reaping the benefits of long-term thinking. It's got to be exercised repetitively. You've got to constantly bring your mind back to long-term thinking. And the best way to do that is to go into the description, and I've got a free worksheet that you can download. You don't need to enter your email, and you'll be able to really understand how to actually start thinking long-term and how you're going to benefit from that immensely. And also, let the algorithm know you want to see more videos like this if you enjoyed it by liking the video and clicking subscribe. And if you've enjoyed this video, I also think you're going to enjoy this video that's on the screen right now. So go ahead and click it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.